Godsmith here, Godsmith the Chaos, here with another Exodia Millennium deck profile. I created a deck profile, just like my other ones, that are sure to obliterate all your opponents at locals and at YCS, and even regionals. Anyways, keep watching. May the heart forever be in your cards. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe down below. May the heart forever be in your cards. And remember, don't get obliterated.
If you truly want to know, open your mind!
Let's get to the deck profile. Of course, when you're playing Exodia, you need to play Exodia himself. So we have Exodia the Forbidden One, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm. There we go. I've assembled the 5 pieces of Exodia. Exodia, obliterate! Yeah, I'm just joking. Ha ha ha. All right. Of course, we're playing the new Archetype Millennium, so we need to play the Millennium Ankh. So we have 3 pieces of the Millennium Ankh. This is your main card that you want to get to. It's the card that gets out your main boss monster. It's the card that matters the most that you have in your hand. Having more than one in your hand can actually be more beneficial. Having 2, maybe 3 isn't necessarily a bad thing because you need to have follow-up for next turn. Or if somebody has negated an Ankh, it's not once per turn. So if they negated it, you can use it again and again and again as long as you have more copies in your hand. Now, to search Millennium Ankh, we have the best searcher, Heart of the Blue Eyes. This is one of the best cards. It's a call out to Grandpa's Blue Eyes. Reason being is it cannot be switched control of. The summoning condition is when it's in the graveyard and Ankh has been activated and resolved. Then while this is in the graveyard, if your opponent special summons a monster that has 3,000 attack or more or level 8 or higher, and they special summon it, well, this can send that monster to the graveyard, and then while this is in the graveyard, special summons itself. Then it cannot be changed sides. So your opponent can't steal it. If you got no other monsters on the field, they summon, you send their card to the field, you special summon this, they can't triple tactics talent, your Heart of the Blue Eyes. This, you discard from your hand, it searches you Ankh. That's how you get it to the graveyard. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Heck yeah, one of the best cards. Absolutely love the artwork. Look at that beautiful thing. QCR, Euro print as well. Next, your main monster searcher for the deck. We have Sangenjin Wakes from a Millennia. He looks like he needs a shower and a shave, but he's got the Millennium Shield right there, carrying it above his head, running away from where he found it. Next, we have the Millennium Shield itself. Now, Sangenjin summons from the Spell and Trap Zone as a continuous spell. Activates in hand as a monster, sets as continuous spell face up. Then it's a continuous spell effect, so it's not a monster effect, continuous spell effect to summon itself and search at the same effect. You can choose to search, but it's all the same effect. Then we have 3 Shield. Searches you Millennium Ankh. Great card, absolutely wonderful. Except, just like Sangenjin, when you special summon it from the Spell and Trap Zone, if you don't have Ankh in your hand, you have to spend 2,000 life points to be able to summon it. But hey, in today's Yu-Gi-Oh, life points don't matter. In this deck, they actually really do matter because they're your attack points, but I'll show you more in a second. Golem, that guards the Millennium Treasures. This guy is the one that Sangenjin sneaked by to steal the shield, and he gets you Wedju Temple. When it summons the exact same way, spend 2,000 life points, or you can special summon all these monsters for free by revealing a Millennium Ankh. Now, Golem makes it so then the Millennium Ankh cannot be negated while he's on the field, and he also searches you Wedju Temple. He's kind of like a 1.5 card starter. As long as you have another monster in your hand, Golem is a 1 card starter. Just like Wedju Temple, if you have another monster in hand, it's a 1 card starter. This leaves you it leaves you about 17 cards to get to your Millennium Ankh. Or sorry, 14 ways to get to Millennium Ankh plus 3 Millennium Ankh. Then we have our win condition for the deck. 1 Obliterate Blaze and 1 Exod Fires of Rage. Going first, you want to set Exod Fires of Rage during the end phase because this big bad boy, the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, searches during the end phase to set to the field one of these 2 cards. Going first, you want Exod Fires of Rage, because then on your opponent's turn, it's a board wipe. You wait for them to establish a little bit of a board. Then you flip that over, and bam, you obliterate them all and wipe out their their board. Obliterate Blaze is what you want to search on your opponent's end phase, not on your end phase, on your opponent's end phase. You set this, then you can activate it during your draw phase, during your main phase, but when this resolves, it doesn't do anything. It just gives Exodia the effect. So if this is on the field, even if you activate it during your draw phase or standby, Obliterate Blaze will give him the effect. Then during your main phase, you activate Unstoppable's effect to take on Obliterate Blaze's effect. You're better off just to wait until main phase anyway, so you don't confuse your opponent or confuse any judge or anybody as well. So Obliterate Blaze, just activate it during your main phase. We have 3 Wedju Temple. Where'd they go? Oh, there they go. Yeah, never mind. And then Obliterate Blaze, Exod Fires a Rage. That's it for the Exodia stuff. It's a lot of a package, big package, but you need to get to Ankh. So we have all those. Next, 3 Dimension Shifter. Now with Malice going around, it's not really useful, but even with Malice, they can't build a full board with Dimension Shifter. So it does kind of still come in handy. In this deck, you can run it because you don't really need the graveyard. It sends everything back to the deck. So Dimension Shifter is a wonderful card, but it does turn off your Heart of the Blue Eyes. Dimension Shifter, you can also switch out for artifact for this big guy, Artifact Lancia, to stop your opponent from banishing. But since Ryzeal is bigger than Malice, I'm playing it in my main deck. Next, I'm only playing 2 of them now, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. I'm only playing 2 in this build. It is very useful, it is very helpful, it can actually get people to skip boards, but I've added in another card that I wanted at 2 instead of 1, and I sacrificed my Ghost Sister Spooky Dogwood to put at 2 instead of 3. But you can keep her at 3, because what she does is she increases your life points every time an opponent special summons a monster, and with this deck, your life points are your attack points. So these are very useful. Could play it at 3, I'm only playing it at 2 to give me 40 cards, but play it at 3 if you want. It has actually made people pass turns, because them knowing the deck that you're playing, if they know you're playing Exodia and you want more life points, they see this, they're going to be very hesitant on special summoning a lot of monsters. Next, of course, very standard, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Failure, and 3 Imperm. Very, very standard. If you ain't playing those, you ain't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And then that one card that I wanted to bump up so I can at least have in here is Forbidden Droplet. I have that at 2. You can play it at 3 as well, but I'm playing it at 2. You can also switch these out for Triple Tactics Talents in hopes for draws, but I just don't want much of bricks. Where at least this, if it's in your hand and it becomes a brick, you can at least have a negate. Where Triple Tactics Talent, you rely too much on your opponent. And then the 1 Angel Statue as a rune. That is it for my main deck. Let's get on over to the extra deck. Now, of course, when you're playing Exodia, you need to play Exodia, the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. We play that big bad boy at 3 for obvious reasons. Wonderful, wonderful card. 1 Millenniumized Restrict. 1 Majestus Chorizo. 1 Link Spider. 1 Relinquished Enema for your Link 1s to go into. If you brick with 2 normal monsters in your hand or 2 pieces, you can at least go into some Link monsters that allows you to go into any of your Link 2s. Then we have Seal the Hat Rabbit and IP. IP is supposed to be SP. I forgot to put it in here. So just pretend SP is there as well. 1 Dark, 1 Selene, 1 Access Code for your Access Code plays. And because I am able to get out 4 or 5 monsters on the board, going second if I get 4 monsters on the board, Underworld, Goddess of the Closed World, to use one of your opponent's monsters as link material to go into kind of as a board wipe. 1 Muddy Mud Dragon to help go into Millenniumized Restrict. And 1 Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis for just because when you can't do much of anything else and you're going second, at least you can go into Superstar Slayer. If you're going into this, you've most likely already lost, but it gets you another play or another turn, at least, maybe, who knows. But yeah, that's it for my deck profile. On to the side deck. So for my side deck, I'm playing 3 Nibiru. Obvious reasons. You could actually probably main this card. 3 Artifact Lancia. To stop your opponent from, and yourself, from banishing monsters, banishing effects. 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit for your detonator and for your opponent's spell and traps or monsters on field when they activate. 3 Dimensional Barrier for obvious reasons. You just call Xyz, your opponent can't Xyz. Synchro for Blue Eyes, you know. Wonderful, wonderful card. Definitely a must. And then 3 Soul Drain. New card. This could actually go, because it is going first mainly, I am siding it. I'm not going to main deck it. But if I go against any deck like Malice or that needs the graveyard or banished, Soul Drain is a wonderful must for that. But yeah, that is it for my deck profile. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Also, really, really means a lot for the support that you guys have given me, for all the subscribers out there. Love you all. Also, don't forget you can join the Fellowship of Chaos. It's only $1, $4 if you want to be called out. It's only $1, so please go to my channel and join the Fellowship of Chaos. There will be a lot more giveaways, a lot more exclusive stuff for my Fellowship members. But yeah, as it grows, it'll get better. There'll be merch and other stuff. Anyways, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe down below. Love you all. May the heart forever be in your cards.